Hello and welcome to a brand new video. In this video, we will be discussing about Moon, the night crawler, the giant, the mammoth. Now, the other night, I was talking to my brother, and this is where I realized that the moon has its full grace at its full potential, and it's outside, and it is giving me a strange vibe. And people have a lot of things to say about moon. People all around the world from different traditions, different cultures. Some says moon had made me do crazy things. Some says moon give me the headaches, or I get paranoid once I see a full moon. Now, those things do have their standpoint in a psychological meaning, but there are a lot of myths about moon. People say moon is just like a giant space craft which is hollow from the inside. Some says there was life in the moon because they found water particles in the moon. People also believe that we have never been to moon, which is crazy. Some says Nazis have a base on the moon. Some says moon is a perfect circle. It's super white and bright and white in color. It's smooth. The surface is smooth. But what I am interested to know is the origin of the moon, where it all started, where it all began. And these days, scientists believed that moon and Earth was the same after there was a big bang, or kind of a reaction that happened or that occurred, which led from these two separated. And now we all know moon is just rotating around the Earth. So let's go ahead and unravel the mysteries of the moon and where it all started. Basically, there are three theories we will be discussing in this video. Let's get started with many Solomon nights, blood moon, we stand and marvel, sleeping our noons away.
As primeval man watched the moon in the night sky, it became to him an object of curiosity. In legend, he tells the story of an old man who, while digging, discovered a small shiny object. As he held it in his hands, it grew and grew, and finally escaped into the sky to become a moon. This is the moon that saw life begin on Earth millions of years ago.
The moon has a secret. Written in its rocks is a story of a spectacular past. Where did it come from? What role has it played in the story of our life? For generations we have looked up and wondered. Only now is the truth being revealed. Forgot what you know? It's time to see the moon in a new light. The secret history of the moon. Moon rocks are like pages from an ancient history books. 50 years ago, rock samples from Apollo gave us our first glimpse at the moon's.
Making ourselves very small. Perhaps we will see what these rocks have seen, and remember back those billions of years.
Over decades now, geochemists have been measuring lunar samples and Earth samples and found that the chemical signatures of the two are identical in a very special way, and that the elemental isotopes of the two bodies are identical.
We also found that volatile elements have been somehow vaporized away. These clues seem to suggest that Earth and Moon share a common origin, a violet one. What story best fits the evidence? Many ideas have been proposed, but one theory has reigned supreme for decades. As many as 20 rock protoplanets circled the Sun, each competing for dominance. As these protoplanets collided and fused, larger planets took shape, among them the moonless Earth. 80 million years after it had formed, Earth had now final tremendous blowing Interthea. That's our first theory. What it says to an observer on Earth, the sight would have been terrifying. I could have had a heart attack. Look at the scene, man. Upon impact, Theia is completely obliterated, ripping off Earth's outer layer and leaving it a molten ball. Earth becomes engulfed by a thick atmosphere of vaporized rocks, all across it, all around it. What is this circling? Over the span of hundreds of years, the orbiting disk of debris cools and condenses into a young, molten moon.
The theory can explain so many things about the moon, but it has a huge flaw. It predicts that the moon is mostly made from the Mars-sized planet, that the Earth and the moon are made from different materials. But that's not what we see. The Earth and the moon are actually like identical twins. The genetic code of planets is written in the isotopes of the elements. The Earth and moon have identical isotopes. That means that the Earth and moon are made from the same materials.
Could the long-running theory be wrong? To reconcile the evidence, scientists have proposed some mind-blowing ideas. That's the second theory, georeactor hypothesis. Early in Earth's history, radioactive elements like uranium would have been much more abundant in its interior. These elements could have become concentrated under Earth's surface due to centrifugal force, which keeps it in the circle. There are two forces, centripetal and centrifugal. The result, a massive underground nuclear explosion. Under this theory, material ejected from this explosion slowly condensed into moon. This would easily explain the similarities between Earth and the Moon. True. However dramatic, the theory has its own complications. Some doubt that uranium could have been concentrated enough to produce such a powerful eruption. Perhaps we need to change our perspective.
Question everything.
Why have you not been subscribed? That's my question. After re-examining the giant impact idea, a fascinating new theory is begun to emerge. That's our third theory.
The planet was always going to look like a planet.
Synestia's hypothesis
Was making something completely new.
In this new theory, Earth was hit so hard it was completely pulverized into a torus of liquid rock, a Cynthia.
Energy from the impact vaporizes the surface, the water, the atmosphere, and mixes all of the gases together in just a few hours.
Wow.
The Earth would have been like Jupiter. There's nothing to stand on. A synestia gives us a new way to solve the problem of the origin of the moon. The moon grew from magma rain that condensed out of the rock vapor. The moon could have orbited inside the synestia for years, hidden from view, revealed by the synestia cooling and shrinking inside of its orbit. The synestia turns into Earth only after cooling for hundreds of years longer. The moon's special connection to Earth is because the moon formed inside the Earth when Earth was a synestia. Synestias have been created throughout
Just
the
like
universe.
a baby.
We only just realize that by finding them in our imagination.
Synestia theory is still unproven, but it still brings us closer to ever cracking the secret of the moon's origin. The moon holds its secret close. What
What
else?
is hidden from my view by my own assumptions?
On its way to becoming the barren rock we know today, it may have once held liquid water and even life. Twice in its history, lunar volcanism brought huge amounts of water vapor from the moon's interior to the surface. These massive outgassing could have led to surface water and lunar atmosphere 4 to 3.5 billions of years ago. Imagine swimming in the pool of moon water looking up at early Earth as life evolved. That is just crazy even to imagine, man. Wow. Just like seeing your child grow. In theory, microorganisms from Earth could have arrived via asteroid impact and settled in these waters. But if there was ever life on the moon, it was not to last. Over time, any surface water would have dried up and almost all of its atmosphere were lost to space. But the moon would leave its mark on life in a different, more profound way. It may be the reason we all exist. As Earth evolved, the moon's gravity stabilized its tilt, protecting life from extreme swings in climate. Life on Earth would have been different or even non-existent without our moon. To know its history is to know our own. Our roots are connected, but we have learned much, but mysteries still remain. To know the full story, we have to go back. More pages of the moon's history are waiting for us, which are rocks. Whether we return or it's not up to you and me, it will be waiting for us like it always has. There you go, guys. What a great video we had. Thank you, Melody Sheep, for this video, for this amazing journey that we had. If you like this video, like, comment down what's your thoughts on it, and subscribe for more content like this. Cheers. I'll catch you in the next one.